Happy New Year, everyone. Welcome to your 2016 Runescope with me. My name is Amanda. I just wanted to take a moment here at the beginning of the new year and thank all of you for liking, sharing, and subscribing my videos. I really do appreciate that. For those of you who have gotten a reading with me, a private session, thank you so much for choosing me to take a look at your future for you. And to my regulars, I want to give a special shout out. Thank you so much. It's such a pleasure to talk with you throughout every year, heading into my third year that I've been doing this. So if you like what you see, if you do like the videos here, please do subscribe. You can just click the button here in the video or below the video to do that, and then you will get an update whenever I do post a new video. It'll come to your inbox there on YouTube. I do the yearly overview, but then I also do monthly readings every month and get those posted about the last week of every month. So if you would like to get a notice when I upload a new video, definitely subscribe. I do appreciate that. I do also offer private sessions because these are general readings. What that means is that not all of these messages will apply specifically to you, but they will be for other people of your astrological sign. So I do recommend you watch the video for your rising sign as well, because that will also contain some messages for you, and it may clarify some things in your general sun sign reading. The only way to get a reading that is all about you, though, and where all of the messages are for you, is to schedule a private session with me. I do those on Skype only. But it's a very easy program. It's free to download. It's very easy to access. They are $65 for 30 minutes. And if you want to set up an appointment, you can contact me at runescopes4u@gmail.com. That's the number 4 and the letter U. You will also find the email here in the video or below the video. Just email me and we'll get that set up. January can be a great time to do that. We can take a look at 2016 and what that's going to hold for you personally. Please do keep in mind I am very busy usually in January, though, so it may take me a few days to get back to you. That just means there are some people ahead of you that I need to get scheduled first. I answer all messages in the order they are received. So I do also offer a rune class, an online rune class, a few times a year. I will be offering that twice this year. So the first one is going to be February 1st through March 11th. And it's $185 for the entire 6-week course if you would like to sign up for this first session. The deadline to do so will be Thursday, January 28th by 12 p.m. Eastern Time. So again, just email me at that same email address if you want to sign up for that and learn how to read the runes for yourself and others. But now, without further ado, let's get on to your 2016 reading. Welcome to your 2016 Runescope, Aries. The tarot cards wanted to go first with you, so they are going to cover January through June 2016, and then the runes are going to cover July through December. So the first position, we have the 8 of Swords here, and this position is about what your focus is going to be on for the first 6 months. So this could be something that you kind of weaves in and out because we're talking about, you know, such a long time frame. This could be a theme that's kind of, or a common thread from January through June of 2016. The 8 of Swords, I feel like for you guys, this is manifesting in, it's almost like you are on purpose, maybe not looking at something that you don't want to see. And I'm basing this on just feeling, but also on what's around with the other situations here, with the other cards and the runes here. But I mean, this is confining you in some way. You may be doing this because you think it's easier if I don't deal with that. It's easier if I don't look at that. But it's holding you back in some way. It's keeping you locked in a situation that is not the best for you. So for some of you, I mean, this could be a job. This could be a relationship that's not the best for you, but you're kind of like, I'm not going to look at that right now. It's kind of like And it's interesting to me because what's coming to me is the Scarlet O'Hara line. I'll think about that tomorrow, and Scarlet was an Aries. So, you know, so yeah, it is the kind of that, I'll think about it tomorrow. I can't think about it right now. And you know, we all have those days from time to time, but we're talking about 6 months here. So at some point, I feel like, you know, if you don't kind of take off the blinders, look at something, call it for what it is, or call a situation for what it is, I feel like the reason you don't want to do this is because maybe you're not ready to let go of this situation. You're trying to hold on to something that really, though, is not good for you. And the reason I say that is because we also have the Ten of Swords coming up here, but also the Devil card. So the first 6 months, I mean, the Devil card can talk about excess and a relationship that can be unhealthy in the sense that it's possessive. This could also be a relationship where one person's kind of domineering over the other one, controlling the other one. Now, the Devil card can also come up to symbolize that, you know, you want it that way. I mean, if that's the kind of relationship you want, if it's some sort of bondage thing, or you know, you could be, some of you, this could be coming up to just say, hey, you know, I really am looking for something like that, or I'm really looking for a situation like that. For Aries, I mean, there may be some of you who would like to be on the submissive side, but I feel like for most of you, you do tend to be a more dominant personality. And these energies can work both ways. You could be, you know, you could be the one that is saying that, you know, okay, maybe I'm too domineering over my partner. Maybe I am too, you know, bossy. Your partner may tell you this, you know, if you're in a relationship. But those of you who are single, the first 6 months, sexually anyway, could be a pretty wild ride. You could be having some fun with that. Just, again, kind of watch, because the Devil card can talk about addictions. It can talk about, yeah, taking anything too far to the point where maybe there's a loss. Or maybe because you have the Ten of Swords here as well, which talks about loss, the death of a situation. Sometimes it can point to the death of a person. And honestly, some of you may be coming into 2016 dealing with that. Maybe you did lose someone in 2015, and maybe you haven't properly dealt with it. Again, maybe avoiding the issue. Just, again, I'm not going to think about it, and then, you know, I'll deal with that later. Keep putting it off and putting it off. I feel like if you've been doing that in 2016, the first 6 months, it's going to come out in some way, or the universe is going to make you look at this. It's going to, you know, and I always tell people, rather than having the universe step in and make you look at something or do something or take an action, you're going to want to do it yourself, because then you have control over how it goes down and just the tone of that, you know, and you're able to kind of control it a lot more. Now, this could be someone around you dealing with this, Aries, and because you're close to them, you know, it could be, you know, your partner or a family member dealing with addiction. Maybe an addiction issue has resulted in loss, or even the death of someone. And if that's the case, you know, my condolences, of course, because I do have to put that out there. I don't want to scare anyone, but because that card is there, and I am feeling that is going to speak to at least a few people out there who are grieving, because someone who maybe lived an excessive lifestyle, or, you know, just had no control over things. They were in bondage to an addiction. They were in bondage to a substance. You know, it's led to difficulties. This can also cause health difficulties, Aries. So some of you may be finding that, you know, I really need to go get this checked out, or I really need to quit smoking or drinking or whatever, because you know, you may find out that there's something. Some of you may be having a surgery in the first 6 months, you know, because you finally do take the blinders off. But hearing this in January, do it now. Go get it checked out now. If there's something that, you know, ooh, that felt kind of weird, but I'm going to avoid it. I'm not going to think about it. Or if it's someone, you know, close to you and they're complaining of a pain or complaining of some weird thing, encourage them to go get it checked out, because, I mean, it does seem like it's one of those things, if it's manifesting as a health issue, that The sooner they get it checked out, the better. But there may be a procedure that will help them. They may, nobody wants to have to go under the knife, but if that's the only way to fix something, and you catch it in time, and that can, restore things, that's definitely the way to do it. So yeah, if you haven't had a checkup in a while, schedule that for January. Or if you call in January, the way it is, at least with my doctor, it's going to take months to get in. So you might as well call now and get that set up so that you can get this checked out. The help that's going to be available to you for 6 months, we do have 5 of Pentacles in reverse. So those of you that have had some problems with financial things, if you've been having financial difficulties, I do feel like that's going to be a thing of the past. The first 6 months, it looks like you will, be doing very well. And for most of you, this seems to be something that you're already doing, or a position you're already in. I feel like maybe they're giving me the word complacent. So maybe because, okay, it was tough last year, but this year it's better. And maybe if it's the job situation that is stressing you out, if that's the thing you're not wanting to look at, when things are going well, we're less likely to change. But at the same time, I feel like if you wait, if you know that you don't want to work there anymore, just because you're doing good and money improves and finances improve, if you know you want to leave or you don't want to stay there, I would still be looking for something else within the first 6 months, because what can't be changed is that if you wait too long, there may not be as many opportunities. Out of the gate, at the beginning of the year, it's usually the best time to look at job opportunities, or just see what's out there. Even if you're not, seriously looking to change, it's always, it can be nice to kind of see what's out there. You may just find something, hey, that pays a lot more, or that's just a lot. That's exactly the kind of thing that I would like to be doing. And, it would get me out of debt, or it would get me out of, this job that I don't really like. So you may be concerned or worried about something the first 6 months. Again, Aries doesn't necessarily have to be with you. This could also be with someone else. This is a situation where watching the video for your rising sign would also, give you some additional information. Of course, I can look at it for you. If you want to schedule a private session, we can certainly do that and see how this is manifesting for you personally. But yeah, what can't be changed is that the first 6 months anyway, I feel like you're dealing with old issues. You're dealing with stuff from 2015. You're tying up loose ends. You are, some of you may be grieving. Some of you are dealing with health issues, dealing with getting in better shape, getting help with an addiction, quitting an addiction. And some of you may be putting off dealing with all of those things I just mentioned. Hopefully not after, after what I've just said. Hopefully you won't do that. But yeah, the first 6 months could be a bit heavy, Aries, with these cards here. The best part is that finances look stable. It does appear that that's going to be all right. But I mean, there's some worries, some concern, some things that you have been wanting to do, but just keep putting it off. So yeah, definitely make your New Year's resolutions big. Like this is the year I'm going to kick the habit. This is the year I'm going to leave this job. This is the year I'm going to, get my health in order. I'm going to, exercise more, go to the gym, whatever, and stick with it. Because I feel like, as long as you start the year off looking at maybe what you don't want to look at, it's going to make this first 6 months a lot less heavy. If you start off right away and just say, okay, it's time to look at this, get down to brass tacks, and get a plan about what I'm going to do about it. Or you may be, now if this is another person, that can be frustrating because yes, you may give them very good advice. You may tell them what I just told you, but unless they're ready to do it themselves, especially with an addiction issue or with something that they're doing that is just impacting them in a negative way, impacting everyone else in a negative way, it can be very difficult to sit by and watch that. Watch someone, harm themselves or harm other people or not treat other people right. So, you know, so if this isn't you, Aries, I feel like, you know, you will give very good advice, but don't enable. That's another way this can work. Sometimes this Eight of Swords will come up if someone is enabling someone else. And, you know, it may not be you enabling someone else and, you know, letting them continue, you know, not giving them some harsh truths that they need to hear. But, you know, it may be someone else and that's enabling this person. And, you know, you may be the one that's like, look, we're going to have to do, I'm almost feeling like some of you need to stage an intervention for someone, because someone needs to, if they're going to stick around, I really kind of feel like someone's in danger here, Aries. And again, I don't think that it's going to be most of you. I feel like it's someone close to you, because this is worry and concern. But yeah, whatever needs to be looked at the first 6 months, whether it's you or another person, it's time to do that for sure, because the second half of the year looks a lot better. I want to let you know, definitely. Second half of the year looks, so from July, let's move over here to the runes for July to December. Your focus at that point is going to be pulling together with family, with friends, and you may be even saying, okay, we need to get into a more positive place as a group. You know, and for some of you, this could be starting a new job, could be more on the agenda the second part of the year for most of you. You could be, you know, you could just, it would be a group of people or a company that would really, you would fit right in and you would be very excited about, and it would feel definitely like a victory for you. So the second part of the year, I feel like you enter July and through December feeling a lot more positive, because you have support, you have people around you, and I feel like your intuition is going to be very, very high about, particularly about who to trust, who not to trust. A group, you know, what company is going to be best for me? You know, is this a good place for me to go? Is this job change the right one to make? Your intuition is going to be really, really kind of blasting on high, especially about good opportunities, especially about good things. You know, if it is the right job, you're going to get a feeling, strong impulse. You know, if this is the right move, the right step, definitely going to get some indication of that for sure from spirit and your intuition. Some of you definitely may be taking a vacation second part of the year near water, either a coastal location, very island oriented, because I've got these two runes together which symbolize water and the sun. So, and you may be going with family, you may be going with a group, there may be a group of friends going. You know, I feel like some of you will be celebrating after this kind of tough part of the first year, and you know, after last year, because you know, Aries readings for 2015 were not the easiest. You guys had it, you know, it's pretty tough there throughout 2015. So I feel like you're going to be ready to get out and about. And yeah, I see you being invited to kind of relax, go somewhere with either a family or a group of friends. For some of you, this may be a work conference or something you're going to with coworkers, and whatever it is that you're gonna have a good time. So definitely second part of the year, particularly during summertime, you know, a trip is well favored. I think you should go, and if you can, and have a great time. And bond, and maybe meet some new people. Second part of the year, new friendships, new relationships are highlighted. So again, those of you who are single, if you're in more of a kind of maybe toxic relationship, the first part of the year, the second part of the year, you could definitely meet someone new, because we have Ingwas here. So that can indicate, you know, new beginnings, rebirth in some way. You know, someone wanting to partner up with you, someone making you an offer that is very fortunate. Now, some of you may be dealing with some, either an inheritance issue or some legal issue regarding property or real estate, possessions, because of the two runes we have here, Yera and also Othila in the Merkstave position, the reverse position. So, any delays or frustrations around those sorts of things, inheritances, property, real estate, possessions, wills, getting something that was left to you from an estate, that sort of thing. You've got a lot of protection and luck around these things in the second part of the year in particular. So yeah, if anyone's contesting something that someone left to you, you know, I feel like there's going to be, for most of you, evidence to support this, and it's indisputable. So someone may try. But for whatever reason, the delay is going to work in your favor. A lot of karma and a lot of balance in the second part of the year. So anything that kind of, you know, starts off, honestly, the year couldn't be more different as far as the halves. Aries, we got the first half here. If you can make it to June, buckle your seatbelt, because July through December, I think you're going to start feeling like a lot of things are starting to even out. You know, there will be some decisions that you have to make, but again, your intuition is very strong, particularly July through December. So I feel like you're going to be very strongly pulled to do the right thing, to do what's best for you, to do the fair thing. I think you're going to be concerned with fairness. You know, if this is an illegal situation, you are going to be concerned with fairness. Delays around legal situations, property or real estate, are going to work in your favor. So I just wanted to get that out there. So yeah, yes, it's always frustrating when we want something. We want to buy this new house, or we want to move to this new place, or, you know, we just want, you know, whatever our loved one has left us. But for whatever reason, maybe you wouldn't be ready to handle it, or maybe it would be too much to handle at the time, or maybe this house you want to purchase has something wrong with it, or, you know. So I do feel like it's going to work out in your favor. Some of you may be wanting to work on or remodel your home if you're not purchasing a new home or moving in 2016. You may just be wanting to remodel something, add on, do some renovations around the house. And you may not be able to do that when you wanted to do it, but again, any delays around that are going to work in your favor. Maybe what you wanted to do will be cheaper later. Maybe the labor that you needed done, you're going to get a recommendation if it doesn't happen when you're wanting it to happen. You're going to get a recommendation from someone so that the labor will be cheaper. It won't cost you as much. There's some benefit to the frustrating delays. So when you are like, oh my God, can I just get this done? When you're feeling that way, second part of the year, hopefully maybe you'll come back and watch this, or you can remember, okay, wait, this is a help. There's a reason for this, and someone's gonna kind of come in and do it for cheaper, or you know, someone I know who just knows how to do it will help me out. There's something like that going on in the second part of the year with home renovations and property. We also have weird in the position, which is the blank rune, in the position of what can't be changed for July through December of 2016. So this talks about, it's kind of like almost part of this is the second part of the year can be what you make it. A lot of the second part of the year is dependent on how quickly you deal with any kind of loose ends from 2015, or whatever this is that you're not wanting to see, not wanting to deal with. You're kind of laying the groundwork, the sooner you do that, for a better second part of the year. And that's what Weird is saying. It's also saying that in the second part of the year, especially with Inwas here, there may be a big change, and it will be a positive change that will cause you to kind of go through a door, and, you know, life won't look the same as it does right now while you're watching this. At the end of 2016, if you go through this certain door, your life is going to change very much for the positive. And again, a lot of spirit protection around you, pulling you toward this change, even though you may be worried or nervous about it, even though, you know, you may be concerned about it, even though it may be kind of scary. If something's kind of scary, that's normally what we should be doing, or that's normally the direction we should be going. You know, face that fear so it's no longer holding you back, causing you worry, causing you strain. And I feel like you're going to be just in the right place at the right time for luck, especially second part of 2016. I feel like someone's going to Vegas in the second part of 2016. One of you Aries people out there, or Aries rising people, and maybe more than one of you. But you could do really, really well, you know, at the tables or in the casinos. I mean, you know, use your judgment. Don't risk more than you have. But I feel like some of you, yeah, you're going to pick the right dealer, be in the right place at the right time to really, really win quite a bit of money. And again, finances looking stronger even more second part of the year than they do in the first. The first part, I feel like it's not a concern because things are going better. Second part of the year, I feel like you could really, really increase things. It's a harvest time. July through December of 2016, especially financially. For those of you looking for a relationship, it is one of those things where you could be in the right place at the right time and just kind of meet someone. I don't feel like for most of you, it'll be like you meet someone on a dating site or at a bar, or like maybe when you are kind of on the prowl looking for a partner. It's going to be more of an out of the blue kind of thing. One of those kind of crazy coincidence kind of things, the serendipitous type of meeting, which is, you know, normally when those happen, it's you really kind of get a zing, because it's like, okay, out of all the, what's that line from Casablanca? Out of all the places in the world, the gin joints in the world, she had to walk into this one, something like that. You know what I mean. And this could be the start of something that is going into 2017, going to be very fortuitous for you, a partnership that's going to be very fulfilling for you. And I also want to mention those of you who are like, you have to move. Maybe you're evicted, or maybe you can't afford the rent or the mortgage anymore. Again, coming up with this. Even that is a help to you, because it's getting you into a better home. You're going to ultimately end up in a place that's either bigger, or that is more affordable, or in a better neighborhood, or maybe sometimes it's putting you in a neighborhood or putting you around someone who is going to be a very positive influence for you. So yeah, I mean, this could be that you move into a new place, because, like, say you did get evicted, you had to move into this new apartment, but it's much nicer, it's a nicer neighborhood, and then you're out and about in the new neighborhood doing your errands, and you run into someone who's like, a partner for you, a possible partner for you. So that's just an example of how that can work. There's something very strong going on with relationships, with new beginnings in that area. Whether if you're already coupled, I mean, this could be new friendships. This could be meeting people who are like-minded that you share a lot of interests with. So that is what I see, Aries, for 2016. Good luck with that, and I will see you back here as always in February.